Came out in the first period and moved our feet and played hard and kind of continued, you know, basically what's been going on with this team, at least for the last week or so. And I was pleased with that. In the second period, you know, we got ourselves into trouble by virtue of penalties, and then and I think you know, they were able to get back in the game on a couple of goals. I'm sure Paul would like to have back, but in fairness to him, Paul, he hadn't seen any pucks all night. I mean, he only made it, you know, a couple of saves at that point. So sometimes that's a couple of high shots off angle on him, and you know, you kind of let the puck play him instead of he playing the puck. So once we got that under control, and he really righted himself to go out and have a good third period, which he did, made some good saves and looked solid and steady does. I thought we got back to playing the way we were in the first period and made a pretty good night of it.
Coach, how does it feel to get out to a good lead? I know earlier on in the season you were kind of playing from behind a little bit, but the past 2 or 3 games you seem to be getting out to leads, huh? Yeah,
I think it's a byproduct of just playing better in a lot of different areas. You know, the penalty kill was, you know, really hurt us early in the year. We were so inexperienced and unsure of ourselves that, you know, we weren't killing very many penalties. And so, you know, we might only take 1 penalty in a period or 2 penalties in a period, but they were getting 1 or 2 goals out of those 2 penalties. And so that, I think, is a factor that we're doing a better job there. And so we're able to stay with teams for a longer period of time, and then the hustle and the competitiveness and a little bit better level of confidence in terms of moving the puck and getting the puck to the net has allowed us to, you know, get a few goals here and there. We got a long ways to go in a lot of areas, but there's, I think, a dramatic improvement in those couple of areas for sure.
What do you think they're doing different on the penalty kill that they weren't doing before?
Well, I think the recognition, Dick. I mean, it's just a matter of guys recognizing situations and being able to anticipate puck movement as opposed to reacting to puck movement. And then I think we're doing a better job of blocking shots as well. I think we're knocking down many, many more shots than we were earlier in the year. You know, we were like Swiss cheese out there early in Minnesota. I don't think we knocked a puck down. Maybe the second night we did a few, but certainly the first night we didn't.
Can you talk a little bit about that line with Hobbs and Filiou and, you know, Pereira?
Yeah, but as the line went on, if you notice in the third period, I took Filiou off the line and put Cahoon up with the line, and they made a nice play at the end. So they've got a nice mix. I mean, Danny Hobbs is a junior with, you know, good strength and a good, strong power forward with good skating ability. And Pereira's got the real quick feet and the nifty hands. And, you know, Filiou did a great job of steadying that line defensively because he pays attention to being on the right side of the puck. And it's pretty good on face-offs and pays attention down low between the dots defensively.
He kept 1 puck in there with a move at the blue line that led to the goal.
Yeah. And, you know, he's a good steady player. But I was looking for a little different rhythm coming out of the second period, so I took Cahoon and put him up with that line. And he ended up making a great play, I think, to Hobbs. Great pass to Hobbs. And, you know, that's not a stroke of genius. Sometimes you just do things to try to get a little different feel and a different look. And, you know, they had a nice third period together.
Defensemen seem very
easier for us in this rink than some other rinks because we're familiar with it and the size. You know, we're very comfortable using that additional space. Next week at Maine, the challenge will be totally different because it's almost like 2 ends of, not 4 corners, but 2 ends of the rink. You know, it's not quite an egg, but it really, everything funnels towards the net in a small defensive zone. So you've got to be able to make quick little exchanges and turn the puck north as soon as possible. If you try to play lateral in that rink, they skate you down pretty well, and most teams do.
Anything else for Toot?
Oh, good. Danny, we were talking yesterday about things are going to get strong coming here. You must feel really good today.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good confidence booster. We really needed that as a team. Huge Hockey East win for sure.
Didn't you have a nice tip on that first goal? Did you see that clearly all the way, or?
I mean, I tried to get just a stick on it, just like the other one last week. I got a stick on Hanley's shot too. So, it's kind of nice to actually score a goal and a shot in the second goal.
That was like a nice pass from King. Can you describe that?
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot of poise. I just came out of the corner. He was in the corner, and I just tried to drive the net, and he found the seam through the defenseman's stick, and I just kind of brought it to my backhand and kind of had an open net.
You guys gave up the lead in the second period and then went into the locker room. How did you guys come out after the locker room in the third period?
Well, we went in the dressing room. We knew it was a 2-2 game. We had 20 minutes just to get back into it, so we just motivated ourselves and try to get the momentum going. We got out there, got the next goal, and just never looked back.
Eric, what's it like to? I know you didn't sign the whole game. With Danny and Pereira. What's it like to work on that line, those two guys?
Those two guys are really, really fun to play with. Hubbard and Pereira, gifted hockey players. It's easy to find them on the ice, and it's a pleasure to play with them. I got set back with McCannon and Eddie, and those two guys work really hard. And it's also fun to play with them. They're always there, always supporting you. So just got good guys to play with.
Danny, we've been writing about how big a game this was, and for UMass Lowell, it was really kind of a must-win, for them, and in a big game for you guys. How does it feel to have come back and got those two games against Vermont and Lowell that you really needed?
It's definitely huge for the team morale. One of our biggest goals is to be 500 before Christmas, and now we're putting ourselves in a position to do that. The win tonight we got, that was definitely a huge win for us. And now, we're looking towards Maine. We have to play it. It's like it's a playoff game. So that's what we're looking to do all next week in practice.
Is there another confidence booster in that? It's one thing to win a game, 3-2, close game, but you guys really dominated the territorial play, today. And does that give you a good feeling about yourselves?
Yeah, it definitely does. Whenever. Our biggest, when we get the most opportunities, whenever we're going to get the puck to the net. We have gifted forwards, gifted defensemen, and goaltendings. Our ultimate goal is just to get the puck to the net and go from there.
Eric, you're described as a very good defensive, center. Can you talk about how that came about, when you're growing up, or?
It's something I take pride in, playing hard at my own end. I think I'm a pretty cerebral player. I can play good defense, and I can also support the offense. So, I try to support the team as I can on defense and work as hard as I can down low.
I guess Danny here could be our new Brett Watson.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Great defensive player. Now he's he got the goose egg off his back and ready to go from here.
Good. I'm all set.
Well, the team that played the hardest, was more determined, and had the ability to make more plays, won this game today.
Looked like you were coming back there, Blaze, in the second period after the power play goal. But what do you think happened in the third?
Well, cardinal sin is you don't want to give up a goal first 2 minutes or last 2 minutes of the period. And we were able to capitalize on one of those components at the end of the second and needlessly ice the puck. Don't block a shot. Puck has eyes, finds the net. That had a big swing in momentum.
Both teams are young. You got a couple of young goaltenders, and that's just something you can't change. Is that the biggest issue on the team, the goaltending, or the?
No, I think the biggest issue, when you have a young team, it's their fragile psyche and level of confidence, which affects their compete level, which we had 0 of today.
In the first period, we got kind of like dominated. Did you So sort of a talk after the first period with the guys because they came out much different.
Yeah, you know, you have to give UMass credit. They did a nice job. They really had good spacing, good puck movement, moved it tape to tape. You know, they were quick to pucks, and we had a loud encounter with our team.
Okay.
Thanks, boys.